Introducing the latest cutting-edge light from Phantom, the PhotoBio MX, an LED like no other. PhotoBio MX is designed specifically to increase crop yields and maximize growth. This 680-watt fixture delivers 15% more light to your canopy while using 35% less power versus DEs. The high-efficiency, contiguous circuit board delivers unparalleled light uniformity to the canopy so your crop flourishes. The PhotoBio MX advanced performance stems from its innovative S4 spectrum. It is a highly efficient full spectrum with a healthy red-to-blue ratio to drive photosynthesis and penetrates deeper into the canopy, triggering desirable photomorphogenic responses to give you the vigorous growth and optimized flower development you're looking for. The MX is strategically designed to keep diode temperatures low to keep your yields high. The heavy-duty aluminum alloy structure features 4 6-inch wide heat sinks recessed 3/4 inches below the frame, allowing heat to dissipate and the fixture to breathe. It's that kind of thoughtful design, backed by extensive testing, that results in a high-performance fixture with rock-solid reliability. The PhotoBio MX is a slim-profiled fixture with a remote-capable driver, providing flexibility that not all LED fixtures have, so you can customize it to fit your situation and goals. And mounting the driver below the fixture leaves ample space to get more vertical plant growth. The PhotoBio MX LED provides high durability and increased flexibility to address your growing needs. It's rated IP65, lab verified to be liquid and dust resistant, creating a more dependable fixture. When paired with an ancillary controller like the Autopilot PX, the Photo Lock Control provides you with even more control capabilities for your light delivery. The new PhotoBio MX from Phantom. Extraordinary performance, extreme efficiency, exacting design. Power your grow with the new PhotoBio MX LED. Learn more at phantombio.com and hydrofarm.com.
I have no idea what's going on, guys. My apologies. All right. So it looks like I'm just having some connection issues with the laptop. My apologies, guys. Looks like the screen's back. We'll go back to this. Yeah, my apologies for the sound issues, guys. You may have to turn the phone up all the way if you haven't already. This is an ebb and flow genetics. Rip Bubba across with below zero. Cool, cool. So that's the fighter grease, tarantula genetics. Blueberry muffin, Humboldt County. And this is the hashtag, guys, in the bottom left corner. We are collecting it in the background. Take that, tie it up. Starting to stack. Just top that. Same as far advance. It's okay. See that to that one in a second. So it's actually stacking up nice. Sorry. So she's getting so part of our support system built. These three plants. So it's going to be another snow cane. Are you guys still not able to hear the audio from the video? Just me in the background? This is a snow cane that just fell apart on me. So we're going to have to stake that back up, run some strings. My fault, guys. I didn't know you couldn't hear me. The video audio. Apologies, guys. I don't know what's. Can everybody see me at least? Hopefully. My apologies, guys. I must be having some big issues. I just blacked out on my end, had to reload StreamYard. If you guys can see me, give me a thumbs up. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. For whatever reason, it's not cooperating with me here at the moment. All right. Can see and hear you perfect. Awesome. 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 My apologies, guys. That was pretty much the gist of it on the video. There's about a minute left where I'm just walking around, kind of showing a whole overhead shot of it. I think Jill and her son were in the background of one of them at the end of the video. They got here at about 4 o'clock today. I landed up here at about 9:15, 9:30 last night. And it was dark when I got here. I left Ohio. It was 80 degrees. I was in shorts and a t-shirt. And when I arrived at 9 o'clock last night in Michigan at the spot, it was 52 degrees and I was freezing. So it was dark. I had to get out and kick the LEDs on the back of the truck on, and just to get the Jenny out and get set up and get everything running. So look awesome. Let's say everybody can see me. Awesome. We do have a hashtag. The Grow Fam for Life is the hashtag. I've only got 19 entries on it. If you've already put it in once, put it in again. I'm going to pull that up and get it on the screen at the moment. My apologies, but I am, again, I'm connected to McDonald's Wi-Fi at the moment. So it's that dollar menu internet connection. There it is, guys. I've been trying to throw it up in the bottom corner so everybody can see it throughout the video, but apparently nobody could hear the video, the audio. Just a quick tour of the garden. Everything last night when I got here, like I said, it was cold, but it's been about a week or more since I was up. What's going on, Waylon? Thanks for stopping by. Guys, everybody who is here already, thank you for tonight. I did things a little different. I wanted to switch it up for the beginning and just go right with the video. Looks like I might have kicked myself in the butt with that, though. So again, just a quick update of the garden. It was pretty droopy. They were in need of a drink. not too far gone, but they were still in need of a drink. So all I could really do last night when I got here was get the Jenny set up, get the power running, and unpack the truck. And then I just kind of went in, smoked a joint, and put a movie on and went to bed. And then I was up at 6 o'clock this morning, and came outside to some 38, 40-degree weather, nice and crisp this morning. What's that? Just in case y'all didn't know, but now with the iPhone, you can tap screen to send likes without hitting the like button. I realized that on accident, actually, on one of the other lives I was watching. I hit the screen, and it was pretty neat. Thanks for that tip, though. Yeah. It was 36 at 7 a.m. Yeah, it was chilly, man. It was chilly for sure. So I was like, man, I'm up. Got up, made some coffee, ate some breakfast, and just got to work. Started mixing up water. I mixed 3. It's a 55-gallon barrel, but through checking the math on it of carrying actual 5-gallon buckets of water to fill it, you can fit 60 gallons in it to the top. So I did 3 60-gallon barrels. That's 180 gallons of water. And that was from 7 a.m., 7:30 a.m. Until 4:15 or 4:30 when Jill and her son showed up. Came pulling back the driveway. I just wrapped up. So that was a long day of just mixing nutrients, water, pHing, running around, soaking a little bit here, a little bit there. I like to do about 6 plants at a time, and I'll just kind of dance my shower wand on the end of my hose with the pump. And it has a really nice stream that comes out of it, a nice spray stream that comes out of it. So I just do a nice graze of about 2 laps around the top of the mulch, around the plant. And then I jump over to the next one, do the same thing. And I just literally do that across all 6 plants until that 60 gallons is gone. Sometimes it stretches a little farther. I've got 30 gallons. I've got 60-gallon pots. So the 30s don't hold as much as the 60s, obviously. So just doing that system with the different size pots that I have, I end up getting a nice slow soak, thorough saturation of the soil. And that's the thing. I'm not here to water it regularly, like every couple of days, twice a week, 3 times a week, whatever. So when I am here and I do water, it's very important that I take my time, even though I am way behind and I'm super stressed and rushed with everything I'm doing up here. It's important to take the time to slowly water the plants. They're outdoors. They're in big black pots sitting above the ground in direct sunlight. The more you can saturate that with cool water when you can, the better. I've probably cut, in comparison to last season up here, I've probably cut my waterings in half, which in turn means I'm using half the nutrients that I was last year, probably a quarter of the nutrients based off the fact that I've got the grow dots and the recharge in action in most of these pots, 90% of these pots. The nutrient mix that I mix up is mainly for a couple of the big 60s that don't have as many grow dots in them. So I don't think there's much happening with those dots anymore. So yeah, just spent the day watering. Jill got here at 4:30. I hung out. She had a little bit of pizza she brought with her. So I hung out, ate some food real quick, and then had to get off on the road to get down here so I could get to the live. And then, luck always has it. I run in the gas station here real quick attached to the McDonald's, and some guys in there buying lottery tickets at the counter and didn't see anybody behind him. So he felt the need to just stand there and scratch them all off. But we got big plans. Like I said, Jill and her son showed up. It was a prearranged trip for them to come up and help square in the strings that I laid out last visit for the greenhouse. There was a little bit of that in that video, I think, at the end that I didn't get to show you guys, but I am going to pull up, if it'll let me. A couple of these pictures I took, too, of the blueberry muffin. I love that. It's probably that'll be the last year I run the blueberry muffin from Humboldt County, just because I'm out of the seeds. That's a really good reason why. But other than that, I ran them last year and this year. Wonderful strain, wonderful breeders. I didn't get what I was looking for out of any of the packs that I popped of the blueberry muffins. So moving on to different things. Let me see if I can get them to pull up for you guys. Don't worry, I took the hashtag down, guys, but you can still put it up. It's hashtag GrowFam4Life, the number 4 life. Fix my camera. I guess I don't need. I got it sitting on the steering wheel. Laptop's right below. This is actually a pretty nice spread. The truck's so much easier to do the lives in the Accord. What's up going on, Canna Queen? That's how my plants are, and I use 15-gallon cloth pots slow and let the soil absorb and not run off. Yeah, because and you know with those fabric pots, if you start to water too fast, it's just going to start dripping out of the side. It finds a spot and it'll find its way out. What's going on, Michael? Glad you could stop by. What's going on, Brad? Brad, I have not got your box out to you yet that you won. With the holidays, I was trying to get everything together to bring it with me, but I wasn't able to get yours boxed up and out the door yet. I'm hoping I'm not here too many days this week. I'm hoping to be out of here by Thursday. So Thursday I'll get home and get that prize from the Friday Live sent out to you, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Ash. Well, Jane, you are here now for the giveaway, and looks like you got your hashtag in, and it did count it. I just checked that for you, so you are in this one. You guys don't even know what we're giving away yet. Does anybody know what we're giving away? Good night, Patrick. Thanks for stopping in, man. We love you. Thanks for all you do, bro. Have a good night. I'm rocking a little. I'm not rocking the Grow Fam gear tonight. I left my hat back at the camper by accident, and I didn't have the right T-shirt with me, so I just kind of ran in the camper and grabbed some stuff real quick that I needed and jumped in the car and was like, "Shit, I got the wrong shirt." So we got what we got tonight. I'm actually rocking the Napalm Garden shirt. I don't know if he'll come in and watch this later on a replay or not. He's probably at work right now, but rocking the representing Napalm Gardens up here this week. What's everybody got going on? How's your weekend been? Got any plans for the week? How was your Labor Day Monday? I spent mine driving. It's a 6-hour trip, and it ended up being like 7.5 hours. I was pulling the trailer with the lawnmower on it, and it slows you down. The speed limits out of my area, in my area, are like 65 everywhere, 60 or 65 everywhere. Dayton, 55 if you're in the downtown part. But outside of that zone north above Dayton, you get into a 70 mile an hour zone, and that's incredible. But once you get to the northern part of Michigan, that 70 turns into 75. And when that sign says 75, these folks up here do 95. They don't care. But anyway, I just wanted to save gas, and it just, you know, when you're trying to do 75 pulling a trailer, it doesn't work. So anyway, yes, Kim, you are correct. We are giving away a Grow Fam box tonight. I'm sure everybody here is hip to what a Grow Fam box is. It's a box full of all kinds of goodies from the community. Lots from Grow Fam Homestead. Maybe some things from some other members of the community. But you'll definitely enjoy whatever's in that box. Happy Tuesday, Patrick. What am I supposed to be feeding mine since they started to flower? So you're going to want to switch. So I was talking to somebody in the Purple Hares Gardens direct chat over at the Purple Hares Gardens group about this for the last day or two. I think his name's Dylan. Thanks, Judith. About what to feed their plants when they're transitioning into bloom, especially your outdoor girls right now, depending on where you're at, location of the yard, how much sun they're getting, you should be well into flower. Should be well into flower at this point. But we got to think of, when did that plant start to go in transition to flower? When did you start to see the buds, not just the cluster of pistils, but the actual bud formations that look like, hey, wow, I can see where they're starting to stack up the stalk. That is the beginning of flower. Not when you you just notice that we've been talking for weeks up here about the transition of flower. I told the guy in the other chat, I like to keep the nitrogen going until you see flowers. Once you see those stacks, like what you saw in the videos here, This is the first week I have cut my nitrogen back. My recipe calls for to cut the nitrogen intake in half at this point. Actually, it tells you to do this the first week 1 and 2 of flower. I don't do that. I feed that week 1 and 2 that the recipe is calling for by the guidelines and the directions of my nutrients into that second week. And then the third week is technically your first week of flower. Because that's when you start to see those stacks and bud formation. So now is when I'll cut that nitrogen back and we'll increase the P of the MPK formation, or I'm sorry, the P and the K of the MPK formation, and you just cut back that nitrogen. So I'm not sure what you're using for nutrients, Pan, but send me a DM later and I can chat with you about it if you need more. But definitely, if you're using a bottled nutrient and it's in a part like a veg and a bloom, or a part A and part B for veg and bloom, then you're definitely going to want to move into that flower bloom bottle at this point, or start moving that following the recipe for the second, third week of flower at this point. Man, let me tell you about this pilot. This pilot has been a migraine for me for a minute. I got it back, made the trip up, made the trip back home, and then I was like, man, I got the converter I wanted to change. I was on the Friday Night Live changing the converter, the O2s and stuff. Got it all back together. It was great. To the test drive, great. Ordered the radiator the next day to have it put in. I was going to do it there at the house, and went to pick it up. And on the way home, the check engine light came back on for the same codes for the converter, the O2s. So I was like, I don't know what's going on. I spent that evening stressing about even leaving. I ended up getting it pretty buckled together again to where I could get it back on the road, and it was driving great. Even pulling the trailer, the gas mileage was back up where it should have been. You'll have to jump back and watch the replay, Jane. And the very beginning, the audio, I guess, was gone, but you can see the plants. They do look great. But yeah, it's been a headache, and the pilot was running great. And then I got off the exit. I was driving about 10 minutes, and this big loud bang, and then ting, 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 like I ran over something. And then my exhaust got loud, and I was like, shit, I bet those. Like, I even did a triple check before I left on the bolts and the nuts to make sure everything was nice and snug and tight. And I was like, shit. So I get back to this property. It's dark. I wait till this morning. And when I got up, I went outside to look. So my Y pipe assembly, where it connects to my converters, it comes in, merges into one pipe. There's another converter. Then it goes out the back of the truck to the mufflers. Well, that Y pipe, there's a hole, and they have a bolt in it where you can take it out for another model to put an O2 sensor in it. Well, I guess from the heat, like the heat expansion from the whole trip up here, and then when I got off the highway and slowed it down to like 35 and 40, the contraction happened to the metal, and that bad boy just vibrated loose and came out. So now I'm screaming out the front Y pipe again. Tomorrow, I was focused on watering and getting this live done tonight. So tomorrow I'll be hopping around to some park stores here trying to find that. It's actually called a bung hole, an exhaust bung to fill that hole. Just threads in there and caps it off, basically. No, not slightly used bath water. We can send you some, though. I'm sure there's a few members of the audience that would love to send you some of their bath water, Mike. Where's Mr. Burns when you need him? What's going on, Kim? Thanks for stopping in. I'm a couple minutes late with your comment. I know that. We got Perry Wood coming in from the YouTube side. Let me get this picture up I was talking about like 5 minutes ago so I can put the hashtag back up. Hopefully this doesn't cause any more issues with the connection when I do this. Yeah, this is the blueberry muffin. Let's see if I can zoom in on this for you a bit. And this is just like, hey, walk up, pull out my iPhone and snap a picture real quick. Look at the purple down in there. This is one of the reasons I love this strain, because this early on in flower, this purpling that's going on is just incredible. And already this early, covered in these trichromes down here, already frosty, deep down inside what's going to be a nice chunky bud. And the same thing here. I'm so impressed with this phone. This is like not even zoomed in at all. I just walked up, took a picture, and then I cropped it once to take out some of the side edge fading that was going on like over here. But just look at the, I mean, shoot, with a microscope on this thing, with a scope on the end of this phone, I can't wait to see what some of these shots look like. But yeah, everything's looking good. We did have our first little bit of a piece of a branch that was started. It must have been too wet. Must have had a spider web or something wrapped up on it. Not on the blueberry muffin, on one of the other ones, but I just snipped the tip of it off because I didn't want it to infect anything else. But this was an early morning shot this morning. I mean, this is like early 6:45, 7 o'clock in the morning. The dew is still on this plant. See the water droplets all over each leaf here? How it just magnifies. It's crazy. Blueberry muffin. But yeah, that's it. Let me get that out the way. And then we're going to put this hashtag back up for you guys. So that's been my error occurred. Try refreshing the page. All right. Well, let's hope that didn't. Awesome. I may have to stop being up here on a Tuesday for the lives. I'm going to have to go back to gathering. Yeah, guys, we're having major issues with StreamYard and the giveaway tool today because I just went over there and it said I had to refresh that giveaway tool. So we're only doing the one giveaway tonight. My apologies. Throw that hashtag up one more time if you have already. Do it again because I'm only showing. I had 43 and now I'm at 9. But trying to take that. Take guys the picture. It must have glitched it out somehow. That I don't want. Yeah, having some issues. So yeah, just go ahead and throw that hashtag up again, guys. We'll be giving away a Grow Fam box from Grow Fam Homestead. I'm going to catch up to these comments unless I see a question pop up. Might come fix my sink with your good hand. Okay, so Pam said she's been feeding with FOOP and pond water. I've been switching off and on. That's a good call. So yeah, by now you should be definitely into the bloom side of the bottles of FOOP. But definitely just, I mean, by following those directions on the back of those bottles, that's pretty easy. Yes, giveaway tonight is a Grow Fam box. And Pam, if you want to reach out to somebody that is a regular user of FOOP, I was using FOOP for a hot minute with my outdoor crop. I stick to what I know, to be honest with you. I didn't really want to take the risk of trying something new up here. I played with it on the indoor grow over the spring. It worked great on that stuff. It got them going pretty nice for me to bring them outside and bring them out up here. But I just had to switch. I had to switch to what I usually do. Yes, Nancy, I'm in a car. I'm in my Pilot, yeah. I am connected to the McDonald's value menu Wi-Fi, which I think is probably why I keep getting some sporadic disconnections. And the blueberry is so tasty. And this year up here, I've got the 2 blueberry muffins from Humboldt County. And then I also have a Dutch Passion blueberry, just straight blueberry. That's an old school blueberry strain. Yeah, so you guys keep watching, keep your eyes open for what these things turn into here over the next month or so. we're in that wind down. We're that well, not wind down. We're just getting amped up really for flower. Um, we're in that spot that I love, where every visit now is going to be, noticeable growth, noticeable swelling, stacking and swelling and stacking and swelling and swelling and swelling and swelling, and it's going to be awesome and exciting from here on out to watch everything develop, and complete its growth cycle, get through to the harvest, the bud wash, the dry, to the cure, and just get this whole damn summer over with. Honestly, guys, I'm burnt out already. It's only the beginning of September, and I'm burnt out. Thank God, I'm blessed enough to have a friend like Jill to be able to come with her son and help, um, get this greenhouse put up. Man, this thing is going to be a game changer for me, for this season and the seasons to come. And it's just, I'm stoked. Like this is the trip right here I've been waiting for all summer. This one right here. With some promise to work out when a car's been sitting a while. At least you can work on it yourself. Should be able to get everything squared away soon. Oh yeah, for sure, man. It's got a couple more things I got to tinker with. The last engine I had already done the timing belt, water pump, all that stuff. This one, the timing tensioner, is starting to make that lovely cold start tick. So I'll probably order that in the next week or so and get that done on one of my home trips. Anybody got any questions? Anybody got anything they got planned for this week? Thomas in the house. Thanks for coming in, man. Just coming in, do me a favor, hit those reactions, guys. We're looking at 115 viewers on the board, whether that's Grow Fam Homestead, Purple Hares Gardens, YouTube's, Purple Hares Gardens, or Grow Fam TV on Facebook, or we are X at the Grow Fam on X and the Grow Fam Rumble. Everywhere. We're everywhere. What's going on, Kev? So you just coming in. So any kind of gnats, man. He's asking how you get rid of fungus gnats. I've been talking for a couple weeks now about a couple products I use. One of them is Dr. Zymes, and then the other one is actually just called Exterminator. Lost Coast Plant Therapy, that's another good one a lot of people use. I've used that in the past. Also, the little yellow traps, man. The little yellow sticky traps, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Those are my best friend, especially when I open a new bag of soil. Anytime I start some new seedlings, transplanting them, anytime you're bringing a new cup of soil or a new pot of soil into your tent, hang those damn yellow sticky traps everywhere off your lights. Little pieces of string, as many as you can get all over your tent, just to catch those things while they're flying around. And that's the best way. Just preventative maintenance and staying on top of them, man. That's the best way. And I'm watching my plants grow. I do too. And I love, Judith, you've been over in Purple Hares Gardens, over active in that chat. Anybody who's watching now, we do have, I know there's like thousands of the cannabis groups that are out there, but Purple Hares Gardens has one chat. It's labeled as Purple Hares Direct. It's a chat that I talked to my admin, John Sackett, about putting in there for us as a way, because on all of these lives, I always say, if you have a question or you have a concern, reach out to me. And the only way you can do that is on my personal profile or my Purple Hares Gardens page. The group, I figured we'd have that chat. That's a way to reach directly to me, or anybody that's in the group, and ask any questions. And Judith is one of those people that's been in there daily, asking questions, posting pictures. Pam Tanner, there's a lot of people that are in there just chatting it up, looking for advice, giving advice, and just sharing their grows in there. So if you're watching now and you're not over there in the group following along, get over there, join the group, get in the chat, ask some questions. Lots of people over there to help out. Crystal, you going to the Cure Michigan thing next weekend? Is that this weekend or the following weekend? Because this coming weekend, I need to be back in Dayton, Ohio, for a little event they're doing there at the farmers market. Hopefully I'm back in time and everything works out. I'm not hip to the Cure Michigan thing. I've not heard about this yet. I would love to meet you guys too. That would be awesome. That would be incredible. Canna Queen, I want to go to some of the Michigan events too. Yeah, that's I wanted to get into that scene way more earlier in the season. I think I actually talked to Crystal about hey, keep me in the loop, any events or festivals going around any states around me I was wanting to go to, but a lot of stuff changed. The help I was going to have, I don't. And I've been doing a lot. I've been doing all this pretty much solo this year, with the exception of some trips with Jill a couple times, and like this one with her son. A lot of these trips have been me and by myself. So I haven't been able to get away to do any of that extracurricular. I was just telling Jill, I've been up here for 2 years now, and I haven't floated my ass down this river on an inner tube or a kayak one time yet, and I'm not happy about it. What's going on, Marina? Thanks for stopping in. Got some small fly traps. Yeah, those, I mean, even those ones you get at the Walmart, like the spiral ones, hang those things everywhere. You can get those little square ones that like you can stake in the dirt too. Those are my favorite, but I hang, you can get them with like little holes in them. I just hang them off each corner of my light, and then off the ceiling of the tent, and then all over down in the pots, and I'll put them everywhere I can catch them. Canning jar with apple cider vinegar. Yep. And anything with garlic, man. I feel like anything that's made from a garlic extract of some sort is going to work as a preventative, man. I'm not sure about like as a treatment once you already get them, but as a preventative, I know that helps keep a lot of those pests away. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. So this weekend, no, I probably won't make it then. Unless for some reason things fall through and I can't make it to that Dayton event and I have to be back up here, then yes, please DM me the info, Crystal, if you don't mind. I would appreciate it. The where and whens. I taped up some small glue traps on the side of the tent for the fruit flies. Yeah, same thing. Just any of those little gnats, aphids, any of those little things that fly around are going to be caught in those, and they're attracted to that yellow. Thank you, Crystal. Appreciate it. Been working all summer and overtime, man. Trust me, I totally get it. I did that grind for man, I was standing in a gas station on my way up here, actually waiting in line. I was buying a pack of cigarettes, and the guy in front of me was too. And he was probably 21, 22, right about there. And so she carded him. And then I walked up and I said, "You're going to need my ID." And she goes, "Why? You don't look under 30. And I was like, "Oh, well, thanks," and she proceeded to sell me my cigarettes. And at the end of it, she was like, "How old are you anyway?" And I said, I'm 40, turned 40. I'll be 41 in November. And she was like, "Oh, well, that's still not old." You know what I mean? But I'm 40. And up until 22, September 2022 was when I quit my job. After I had bought this property up here, I made a little nest egg for a year or so before I made the initial move to quit my job. I did the smart thing. I kept going to work. I stacked some money away. I hustled. I'm not gonna lie. I did my little hustle and put the money away. And one day I just went to work after everything and all the stars were aligned just right. I went to work and told them to have a nice day. I'm done. I'm not doing this no more. Appreciate your time, appreciate your money, but I'm going to go do something else now. I get it, man. I worked 60, 70 hours a week, and that was a regular week. That was just my regular week. That wasn't overtime. I was on salary as a manager. So anything over that 40 that everybody loves getting overtime for, I never got that. So there was weeks I worked 70 hours and was just no life, no family time, no downtime, no social time, no anything. I couldn't even grow cannabis. I didn't have time to even grow cannabis because I was never home. And then, like I said, I just made the decision that that needed to change, and my daughter came about, and as you know, moved into the first year and so on with her. I didn't want to be that dad that missed everything, man. So I had to make that change. But I definitely know where you're coming from. Um, that's why when I do come up here, I was just telling Jill before I came down here to go live. I never relax when I'm here. Everything up here is always a job to me. It's always work to me. But at the end of the day, it's still a hobby. So like I'm not working. I'm just doing what I love to do. Just being up here, even when I am working, it's so relaxing to me because I can come up here and spend days. I've spent weeks up here by myself in the middle of the woods with no human interaction other than coming out to get gas at the gas station, and that's a 10-minute trip. And I love it. I love it. I couldn't imagine being back in that hustle bustle, the busy schedule, the stuck in traffic every morning and every evening, and just stressed out to the max, man. I guess what I'm getting at is your comment before that was you don't get out much, don't get outside much or enough. Been working all summer and overtime was your next comment. Take some time, man. Make sure you take some time. Kick back, even if it's just before you go to bed. You come in, you do your night routine, you get ready, roll one up as fat as you can, smoke the whole fucking thing to the dome, and enjoy it. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy that 10 minutes of inhale and exhale. You know what I mean? Gotta be making killer money though, man. You're working all summer overtime, getting the hours in, man. Put a little bit of something away, man. Put a little itty bitty something away every paycheck, and give it a year. You'd be surprised what you can save at 5, 10, 20 bucks a paycheck. 10 or 20 bucks a paycheck. You'd be surprised. Paul Wood, here for the mental health. Need these shows sometimes. Much love. I feel you, man. I think it was probably 2 weeks ago. I don't remember. It's been a few weeks. I was approaching a Tuesday night. I've been busy. Just busy, stressed out. Like I said, a lot of this stuff up here is just work. And then I go home and there's more of this work to do back at the house. And then I got to come back up here to keep doing it. And I was like cutting it real close to being able to make it to my live. And I told the admins, we're in an admin chat, Ash, everybody that's on these live lineups every night of the week, we're all in an admin chat. And, I think somebody, Ash or somebody made mention like, we can cancel if you need to, bro. And I said, nope, not at all. I need this live so I can feel normal for a night. And, just as a way to force myself just to sit back. And like I told the other guy, just kick back. If I want to smoke a joint or two in this hour and a half that I'm sitting here live talking to you guys, it's forcing myself to sit down and relax and just read comments and talk to you awesome people. Yeah, prizes are cool. Good point. Mosquitoes must love you. He's not kidding. Do we have a spammer? Did we have a spammer? I missed it. I'm just catching up on comments. I seen somebody saying Ash said with the spammer's been booted. Spammer is banned from the stream. I didn't see him. Good job. That must be Steve-O working in the background. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, man. And that was, really what kicked it off for me, man. I was at work one day. I was talking to a coworker, Tyrone, Mickey. He's been on a live once or twice with me. In the group, he is the rabbit with the dreadlocks. That's all I'm going to say. And we were talking, and I was like, man, you know what? I've always been able to grow some cannabis. And that's got to be like a side gig, right? And we were like, yeah. And like, I wonder how much, if you just grew it, put it away, cure it, put it in the storage, and just over a year or two of like repeated indoor grows. Like I wonder how much we could stockpile, man. And full disclosure, it wasn't legal in Ohio yet, but I said, fuck it. And I went ahead and started doing it. And once I finally got that plant in the dirt and I hung that light, and I was like, I had that plant to look forward to taking care of, I guess. It's like, bam, I got to do it now. It kind of just helped push me in the rest of the direction, man. Like I said, a couple years ago, I was like, hey, I'm gonna put some plants outside because I always do it. I hadn't for a couple of years, and then I was like, I'm gonna do it again. So in 22, I decided to put those plants outside in Ohio. And if you were around and you remember me coming on the scene at Grow Fam, we're just sharing pictures in Grow Fam. I think one of the first photos I shared in Grow Fam was the fall of 2022. I'm holding a cherry pie that I had just took a sawzall and cut off right at the ground level after I had got done taking all the branches down. And I held the base that was in the ground, and all the branches came out of that main branch, and I held it right here, right about my chin level, I think. And the branches that had been defoliated and cleared off early in the season were as tall as I was, 6'3". Those bushes were so big around. I had 6 of them, and I was like, they'll just be little. You know what I mean? They'll be little plants. Nobody even know they're out here. Well, I had to get the 6-foot fence, and then I had to get an 8-foot fence to put, halfway up that 6-foot fence. And it was like the adrenaline of summer of being, one, so scared because it wasn't legal. I live in a perfect, you guys have seen my backyard at home, right? When I'm outside showing you the plants, the neighbors are right there. They're like right there. So, one, it not being legal, the momentum, the drive, the I don't know, adrenaline, I guess, of just doing it again. I was like, this is great. I love it. I got to do it again. And then, like I said, man, that just kept pushing me. I started with that one little plant. Then I was like, I'm going to put a couple outside. So I picked up in and put them outside. And in the spring, they became humongous. And I was like, I can't stop now. I was popping more beans. I was buying beans. You can ask Kylie if she's still in the chat. I've talked about it before. 180, 190 strains in a seed bank I accumulated over 2 years just to prepare. And then it was, I got 4, I got 6. Bam, bam, bam. Now 23's coming, and I did the 12 up north, and I didn't do any in Ohio. And, over the fall, we legalized Ohio, so the 12 there and the 24 up here this year, we doubled up. And it's like, I just walked myself into this full-scale big operation, man, and it started from a little seed and a little cup and a handful of dirt. And if you were here in the beginning, you see what I got now, man. And it's amazing time, man. I went against the grain, you know what I mean? There's days where I feel like I made a huge mistake leaving my job. Stress, stress. And it's scary. I quit a job, 70 grand a year salary, great benefits. And I'm getting choked up now just thinking about it, talking about it, because it's real, guys. It's real life. It's stress. I'm almost broke. But we're going to do it. Fucking do it. For sure. But yeah, we're gonna do it for sure. We're gonna make it. We're gonna push through. I feel like, nobody who's, I guess, been successful has got it easy. You know what I mean? There's probably a lot of rich people out there that did get it easy, but 90% of the people who, a lot of people go through a lot of shit to get to where they're at, to be successful or, live a free life, or like Ash Dreadful, like off grid, trying to do the big homestead project that they're doing. That takes balls, and that takes guts to kind of go against that grain, and I guess either be laughed at or looked at like you're fucking crazy. But we'll make it work, right? We appreciate you, man. Nah, bro, I do that when I'm done. I go in and I finally order something for the free Wi-Fi. Oh, I did see a Telegram link pop up in there. My bad. Let me catch up on these comments, y'all. My bad. I was getting all emotional and shit. Yeah, see, Ash knows what's up. It's addiction, man. Like I said, just the one to now it's like shit. I'm still within my legal limits in both places. So 36, 24, 12. Yeah. My first time was 50 was a rush, 50 plants. Hey, Chris Shelton in the house. What's going on, man? Thanks for stopping in. Wearing a napalm shirt today too. Oh yeah. One of these days I'll get the purple hairs done, man. But as I just expressed, money's been an issue. And all good things will come in time, right? So no need to rush it. Just believe that when I finally drop these purple hairs shirts and this purple hairs merch and swag, it's gonna be worth the wait. Trust me. Yeah, yeah, man. It's been a crazy ride. Oh yeah, you know what it is, Todd. It's Talk It Out Tuesday, bro. We're here to talk it out. Talk about whatever. Mike said, I've Googled bean addiction to show my wife, and there is no such thing. Write that down. Write that down, guys. Good tip coming in hot from Mike Aldana. Guys, we got 57 people in on the giveaway. We've been live for just over an hour. We're looking at 59 reactions across the 129 total views. If you haven't yet, please go down to the bottom and hit one of those little reactions at the bottom. Or as someone else mentioned earlier, if you're on an iPhone, just tap the screen a few times right on my face. Just tap me, boop, 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 right on the nose. Exactly. I talked about it before, jumping off the cliff, as they say. Think if I heard a buffalo or cows running towards a cliff, the first 20 or 30 stop, they're building a wall to stop the rest and they're getting pushed off. You're going to either get pushed off or you're going to just jump off and accept it. And if you can formulate the cojones to do that, that was the hardest part for me was, at 30, in my mid 30s to not mid, late 30s to be able to leave that kind of comfort setting of salary position. I got a job to go to every day. The paychecks come. I was so autopilot in life, guys. I didn't even look at my bank account. I had everything on auto pay from the bank account. It got paid the day before it was due. Direct deposit coming in, auto pay going out. I just knew the bills were paid. I never had to look at my bank account in 4 years. I didn't open my bank account to see how much money was in there. I just lived life. I now call it living autopilot because I wasn't doing anything. I was just waking up to go to a place to spend my time where I was getting paid to come home and literally have an hour to see my kid, eat dinner, take a shower, go to bed, to wake up and do another 12, 14, 16-hour day the next day. And that shit, no sir. That's right, man. That's what I'm looking for. I'm still looking for that, man. Like, I'm still a toss-up. Like, if by what I'm doing now, if I was ever offered a job doing this, like where somebody's like, hey, bro, you want to come grow for me and I'll legitimately pay you a paycheck every week? At this point, it's a really hard toss-up. The comfort to be in that position would be awesome. But then I still tell people all the time, I don't see me ever working for another person ever again in my life. Because it's a mental thing. It's a mental state. Like, if everybody in America quit their job tomorrow, if they went into work tomorrow and said, hey, I quit, I'm out, I'm going to empty my desk, empty my locker, whatever it is, and I'm going to go home. And then the next day, take the rest of the day off. When you wake up the next day, start thinking about what you're going to do to set yourself up for a month, for 30 days. How can I do something to make money for the next 30 days? Just to pay the next month's bills, right? And then you find yourself the next month, you're like, shit, I did it. Let's do it again. How can I do it again? Same way? Cool. It happened to work again. Bam. Next thing you know, 6 months in, 12 months in, I'm 2 years in. It's more stress. You're just balanced. You're just exchanging stress in a different way, I guess. Yeah, nothing's worth missing your kids for, man. You guys see my daughter. She's my world, man. That's awesome. Yeah, Ashley Hoffman is also awesome at what she's doing. I've learned a few things watching her videos, her lives, just her reels and stuff, her stories and her posts and stuff of what she's doing. She's highly intelligent. Awesome. Thank you guys for all the comments. Ash Groves, so proud of you, bro. Thank you, bro. Hey, I owe a lot of it to you, bro. Cliff said that large fry looked the same after I shipped it back home to you. Yeah, and that's it. That's the point. I do a lot of rambling, and sometimes I look at the comments for focus. Never give up on your dreams, guys. I've been dreaming about, you guys see what I'm doing with the plants and the farm and stuff, and that's, I understand. A lot of people are like, "Fuck yeah, dude, that rocks," but even this little thing that I'm doing right now, sitting on a live social media, chatting, doing these live podcasts or whatever, I've wanted to do this for years as well, just to be able to share my knowledge of what I do know. I'm not the smartest man in the world. I'm not the best cannabis grower on the planet. I think a person that ever says those words and means it out of their own mouth is a ridiculous fool. But what I do know, and the things that I do know that actually work, and I've been successful year after year after year of just proven results. I love to share those things. I love to teach it to other people. If I can make your next grow easier in any bit by listening to me ramble on one of these lives for an hour, then it was worth it. So Sheena, the Dr. Zymes, the bottle states you can use it up till harvest. I would not though. Especially and a lot of that is because you can use the Dr. Zymes as a soil drench as well. You don't have to foliar feed it. It's just going to depend on your situation. So I mean, if you're looking to kill things in the soil, yes, you can probably run it right up to harvest. I would still stop probably a week or two before you harvest. Run a couple, 1 or 2 runs of clean water through that just to drench that out of the soil and let it flush it out of there a bit. So that foliar feeding is something that if you're indoors or if you're in a greenhouse and you can control that, mist it very lightly and then don't let it linger. Don't let it soak into those buds. It's really not advised to spray foliar feedings once you're so far into flower. That you would want to just stick to pretty much a soil drench on that after that. I would say, in my opinion, I have decided at this point to not spray personally in my plants any more foliar feeding or foliar spraying for pests at all anymore for the rest of the season. Because where I'm at in Michigan, terrible. Don't want to do it. There's enough moisture on these bad boys every night and every day. I don't need to add any more to it. But it depends on the situation too. Like I said, where you're at, indoors, outdoors, stuff like that. I can't remember. I know we spoke before, but I can't remember are you in a greenhouse, if I'm not mistaken? Great show always. Okay. I'm looking at 67. I got 67 reactions, but I'm not sure if I can see all of them. We're at 7:39, 7:44 real time. Where do you spend the winters? I spend those back in Ohio. Yeah, I get the hell out of here before too far into October, because last season, even mid to end of September, it was already pretty chilly up here. Thank God we had the ghetto greenhouse up last year to keep the moisture and the temperatures of the dew off the plants every night. But no, after harvest, I head back home, and then I wrap up things at home, because things down there can go longer into the season. I don't have a problem running things into late October down in Ohio. Just a way better. I wish I owned this land in Ohio. I wish I had everything up here on this land, but if I had to, I wish I had this size land in Ohio, in my area, to be able to do one plant in Ohio is equivalent to 2 plants at the homestead in Michigan. Yield wise, at the end of the season, I can do 2 to 3 pounds per plant. Ohio, 1.5 if I'm lucky in Michigan. Hibernate. Yeah, pretty much, man. That's pretty much what I did last fall. I did do some work around the house, just little projects and stuff, but nothing crazy. But just hung out, man, and that's the joy that I look forward to. I will go hard on the paint to almost the point of killing myself from exhaustion. May through the end of September, start of October, May through that point. But after that, I do enjoy rest and relaxation for quite a minute when I first get home. Yeah. Leaf hoppers, not a lot, a few here and there. Yeah. So, and I seen you down here later. You said a greenhouse. You were in a greenhouse. Um, so yeah, if you're in that greenhouse, I would aim at your early morning foiler feedings very lightly, a mist. And when I say that, I mean 12 inches at least. I would even recommend like a pump sprayer. The Dr. Zymes, though, if I'm not mistaken, it gives you measurements for like 32-ounce bottle. So a 32-ounce spray bottle, even. Perfect. Keep it 12 inches away from the plant, angle it up a bit over the plant, and let it just kind of mist. Work your way around it like this. You know what I mean? Like you're just kind of looping around it. Do it very lightly. Early morning before the sun really starts hitting it with any intense sun. And then, let that stuff get dried off of there before the sun comes up. But you should be good for right now. You shouldn't be too far into it to have any issues. But definitely watch it. Maybe do a little test sample somewhere on a branch or two and see how it goes. That way, if you do have any issues, you can just snip those bad boys up and you don't have to worry about killing the whole crop. Have aphids in my outdoor plants. The Dr. Zymes you and Ash recommended works well. Awesome. Good to hear it. CrowFam TV, absolutely in love with this channel. That's it, man. That's what we want to hear. Yeah. So I have a home. Yeah. So this spot up here, like I said, I bought it, and I had huge plans for it when I bought it in 2022. Unfortunately, financially, those plans have not really went much into motion other than buying the property. And, I was lucky. I was blessed. The homie Hash Brown Mike up here in Roscommon from the grocery store gave me greenhouses from a guy in the fall that was selling a property nearby. And I spent some money on those. I think it was a wise investment, but when I looked at electric, septic, well, all that stuff, everything's like $10,000 to $15,000 minimum. I don't have that kind of cash to play with right now. Do you do indoor in 2 locations over winter as well? No. Everything in Michigan stops for me in the fall. If I do come back up here, it's just to kind of work, keep the grass cut up. Where I'm going to be this fall, I'm going to try to be up here a lot to do some tree trimming and doing some tree work, basically. And and getting that area cleared up some more for the second greenhouse to hopefully go up next summer. But in the fall, everything up here shuts down for me. I come up and stay here and hunt maybe 1 or 2 days if I can. But other than that, I go home. I stay home. Right? And that's the same way. As I get older, I cannot do the cold like I used to. My fingers are the first thing to go, and then my toes. And then it's my nose is running, and my face is numb, and my ears get numb. And we appreciate it, Buckeye. No, man, summer forever would be awesome. Just to have that perfect. I mean, even the weather that we're having right now in Michigan, perfect. I think it was 75 today, and it's going to get down pretty chilly again tonight, like maybe 50, but that's wonderful for me. I love it. William Jones made it back. 3 pounds would have me set all year. Yeah. I smokes a lot, though. I smokes a lot. Me and my friends, we smoke a lot. I was telling Jill, she wrote up, she was like, hold on, before we eat, let's smoke. And I was like, Jill, no, I have to eat before I smoke right now because I've already smoked 6 or 7 times today, and it was 4 o'clock. And I was like, I've been up since 6, been there since 7. I've been going. Started off with the grunts to get me going with my coffee. Yeah, but you can go straight into soil in Ohio. Good base to start with. Exactly. And the garden area that I used, soil's been built up there for over 10 years. Organic, composting, grass clippings, leaf collections, all that kind of stuff for 10 plus years. And it's just a good spot, a good soil. Tag Wayne in the house. Yeah, and the Lost Coast, I've used it. I've heard great things about it. I've used it last season a little bit before I came across the Dr. Zymes. All those things are just so damn expensive, man. They're just so expensive. The price on those bottles, Lost Coast. Again, Todd, I'm going to refer you to probably that Lost Coast, just like Living Organics is talking about, or the Dr. Zymes. But again, I can't relate. I don't really have, I've never had many issues. I've always been really proactive about my IPM and incorporating it as a preventative maintenance. So, a lot of the questions I get asked, I have a tough time answering sometimes because I'm like, well, I don't deal with that, so I don't know the answer to give you. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. But again, anything with the, and you can still get around. Not everybody has to avoid foiler. You just don't want heavy, excessive amounts of foiler feeding. You think about it, guys. Even the biggest, nastiest plants with the big donkey dong colas on them, outside, uncovered, unprotected, that I did in 22, I didn't have any issues with bud rot. And they got rained on regularly. The dew every morning. And those had some big, thick colas and never got bud rot in Ohio. Last year in Michigan, we did. But it's about the humidity in the air, daytime, nighttime. Now, in Ohio at nighttime, we don't hit 100% relative humidity outside. In Michigan, we do. And that's a fact. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. You can open the camper at 10 o'clock at night. And with the light that's outside and my little plot that I'm at, it's so dark everywhere else. You have this hazy, just hanging of fog all around, and it's just the moisture in the air. And it's just so heavy every night. And that really creates a problem for those big, thick colas. Whereas in Ohio, I don't have that problem. But the humidity really in the daytime is worse than the nighttime down there. I know. Just over 2 weeks away from the first day of fall. It's unbelievable. It's almost hard to believe. It's almost like your kids growing up, hard to believe how fast this summer went for me. You too? Cannabis and coffee. Throw a couple of these unhealthy Mountain Dew drinks in there and we're on the same page. absolutely, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button, share it out. We're about an hour and 20 minutes into the live. We're going to probably spin this giveaway here in about 5 minutes because I need to get out of here. I think Jill's going to meet me down here, or she's going to get pizza, I think she said. It's like literally a minute that way to the pizza spot. That's the same way. That was the same way, man. When I worked, I smoked occasionally throughout the day. Just I was able to. Me and the guys at the shop, we did. It is what it is. You're not supposed to, but we did. And I would still smoke pretty often throughout the day, but kudos to the folks that don't. Like Kylie, she doesn't smoke at all during the day. She will smoke one time at night before it's time to go to bed, and she really only hits the thing probably 2 or 3 times. I wish I had that tolerance. Oh, well, William, that makes sense. You're a forklift driver, man. Yeah, you can't be driving around with the, yeah. Preventative spraying. Yes, preventative is key to pest management. Yeah, and that's, I've always said that before. I believe I've mentioned it quite often. The IPM, man, the maintenance is the best part of that. Preventative maintenance is the best part. Here's Ash. That's what I was looking for. Lost Coast will clear out the soft body adults. Dr. Zymes will take care of the babies and some adults. And that's the important part. If you're doing your due diligence throughout vegetative growth, foiler feeding on a regular basis as a preventative maintenance, utilizing that IPM, you're going to keep all those bugs away off the top. They're not even going to be interested on getting to the plant material. So what you're going to have then is you're going to have a pretty good chance of things going in the soil and laying eggs or having babies that are going to come out of the soil later, and they're like, hey, I'll come fuck this plant up later. But as long as you're doing that foiler feeding in the veg, incorporating an occasional soil drench in veg, you can really just stick to that soil drench and keeping that, and then things trimmed around. If you're outside, grass kept cut up off the ground with the pot, stuff like that. Every bit of thing you can do to try to resist those pests from getting there. The soil drench is going to kill those babies, those eggs, and anything that's down inside the soil from, again, prevent it from coming up to the plant. But yeah, the backs of those bottles will tell you tons on what it'll kill, how to use it, and depending on which way you use it, what you're going to be killing. And like Ash said, it's going to kill the adults, and the Dr. Zymes take care of the babies, some adults. Yes, and that also, having the good rotation is important. And like I said, that's why I use the Dr. Zymes. I have an exterminator. I have 2 bottles of Fox Farm, like Bush Doctor or something. And those 2 different bottles are mainly like garlic and water. And I think the other one has one other thing in it, but it's primarily garlic water. And that's what I use as my main foiler feed as I switch back and forth between, I just cycle. I'll do this one, and then the next time I'll do the next one, and then I'll bounce back and then do the next one. Rachel said I live in the desert. Pretty dry. Kind of happy I'm off a hayfield on high ground and there's a constant breeze from my plants. Yeah. Where I'm at, I'm tucked back in there, and that doesn't get much. From Kalkaska, huh? Up by Traverse, and the humidity there on some days would put Florida to shame. So Kalkaska, I'm going to say about an hour, I think. Hour to two, maybe? I don't think it's 2 hours. Yes, fans, anywhere fans, you can utilize fans to help keep the humidity low is going to be a good thing. Absolutely. Flow. I thought it clicked, but Whalen coming in from the X side of things. We're getting ready to spin this here in just a minute, guys. If you haven't already, throw that hashtag up, GrowFam for life. If you did, hell with it. Put it up again just in case. And again, hit those reactions. Share this out wherever you can. Buckeye said, if you work on amending your soil and don't use any lawn chemicals, after some years, beneficial insects will take care of the pest and the soil will provide the nutrients. Correct. Letting Mother Nature do its thing, as we call it. Living Organics, we appreciate that, man. Rasta Rhino in the house. What's going on, bro? It's been a minute. Hope you're doing well. She said, what can I say? I'm a cheap date. Yeah. Smoke all day. Cindy Paul says, I work in restaurants. I smoke all day, every day. I think that's what originally got me capable of being able to smoke all day was when I did, I think, early high school days. When I lived in Pennsylvania, I worked at a college up there in my hometown in the kitchen with some of my friends. And I think that's where I started smoking weed every day, all day. Like, or even when I was at work, like, fuck it, we can do this. We got this. Let's go. Jesse Rosebud said, I'm about to smoke a THC CBG combo. Okay. Hell yeah. I got some of that THC crumble at the house. Crumble with the THCA powder in it. I like that. It's kind of nice. Sprinkle it in a cone, on a blunt, sprinkle it on top of something in a bong. It's kind of nice. Vinegar, okay. Living Organics coming in with a little homemade recipe. Vinegar and dish soap kills gnats. Yeah, I haven't seen Rasta in a minute, man. Hope you're doing good. I think the last time I saw you, you were on a live and you were packing up and moving, man. Yeah, this is another good point here as well. High amounts of silica in your filler feed. I've actually just I just found the empty bottle I used up last week, or my last visit here, of my silica. I actually used a whole bottle of that this season. Lord Leaf Cycle in the house. What's going on, bro? We're doing well, man. We're doing well. Gonna have a beautiful evening up here where I'm at. One of these days, you got to get your butt up here and hang out at the spot, man. It ain't that far from you. We definitely got to get together again soon. It's been a minute since Hash Bash since we got to hang out. Go to Kalkaska. Somehow it's the same heat, but even more humid. Oh, God, don't tell me that. I was wanting to go to Kalkaska and visit, but probably not now. So, Dixon, garlic and water. So that's what I was saying. The one product that I use, the ingredients on it is just garlic and water. I think there's another product in there. I'm not sure what it is, but I can't remember. But that's it. And the garlic alone, and that's, I don't know. They say the garlic will help prevent the pests from even coming. And I grew a lot of garlic around the house this year, and I've had zero bug problems except for little leaf hoppers. I had a couple, and then again, I sprayed weeks ago before we even started flowering, and I haven't seen those again. I had the cicadas. The cicadas all over my plants for a couple of days, but Rachel said it's almost always windy where I live. That's good, though. You got a little breeze at all times. That's a good thing for the time that we're coming into for flower. All right, let's get caught up on these comments. We're at 8. We're about 3 minutes behind. There it is. Grasshoppers hate garlic, so you can make a garlic tea or plant plenty of garlic and cannabis around your cannabis to turn it. Yep, and see, so ironically, at the house in Ohio, in the backyard, I've got 2 plants in a raised bed. The raised bed that those 2 plants are growing in is the same bed I pulled my garlic out of earlier this season. And those are right next to my rows of cannabis back home in Ohio. So again, the fact that I grew a lot of that garlic out there this year, I think had a lot to do with it. And then pulling it, hanging it, drying it, all that stuff out around it. I mentioned on another live earlier this year that when I had my garlic up hanging and drying, I also didn't notice the mosquitoes in my garage or my backyard as much as I usually do. Now that all of that garlic is down and been processed and in the house, mosquitoes are tearing our ass up every time we go outside. Northern Minnesota, there's 420 lakes in my county. I believe it. Michigan's the same, and there's a lake everywhere you go. Fucking tabulous. Awesome to hear, man. I'm glad to hear it. Hope you guys are continue to do well. Cindy, I work in the kitchen too, high all day just to put up with it. Yeah, that's it. That's what I hear the most out of people when we're saying is you got to get high just to deal with those restaurant jobs. There you go. Jeff's on a point there. I don't get high. I just stay high. That's pretty much how I am. I can't get caught up on the comments. Right when I get to the bottom, they jump ahead. That's a good thing. What's everybody smoking on? That'll get me to a point where I know I'm caught up. Let me know what you're smoking on this evening. If you're not smoking on one, get it ready for a minute. Once I get caught up on these comments, we're going to spin this bad boy right here for this Grow Fan box to give away in just a minute. Trying to make sure everybody gets in, gets their vote in, gets their chance to win. Got some fire Oreo cookies. Looks like we just lost the Rumble. That's all right. We're about done here anyway. But yeah, guys, if anybody's watching, the Rumble just said they're having an issue there. Magnificent gummies, emulsified red onions makes a great deterrent. All right, guys, we're jumping. We're jumping all the way to the bottom. So, guys, I have been. She said, better spray yourself down. I saw this real quick. So I have been. I'm sure you guys have seen somewhere, Instagram, Facebook, somewhere on social media. I'm sure somebody has seen the reel about cinnamon or vanilla and water, like vanilla water being a mosquito repellent. That shit works. That shit really works. I'm not even lying. I don't think I used enough vanilla because like I could literally see the mosquitoes flying up to me, hovering for a second, and then flying off when I first sprayed it on and rubbed it in. But after some time, naturally, if you're like outside working, you're sweaty, that's gonna like sweat off of you, and then you'll notice you'll start getting bit again, and you have to go reapply. But I don't think I put enough vanilla in, so I'm not even gonna mention how much I used because I don't think it was enough. Appreciate you. We're back on Rumble again. Appreciate that. But yeah, that shit really works. And then I saw another video. I sprinkled some cinnamon in with it too, and the lady was right. You walk outside smelling like a damn baked good, and the mosquitoes don't bite you. That's wonderful. Citronella I planted. I've tried that before, Cindy. I've had bushes of that. I had like 4 or 5 bushes in pots around my backyard. Go outside, still get hit by mosquitoes. Maybe I need to plant it in the ground and let it like establish. Does that stuff come back every year, or does that you have to root that every year? Smoking on some platinum frost. Okay, we're getting to what we're smoking on. Platinum cake, platinum frost, one from the homestead. Okay. Purple pineapple and Afghan land race. Purple pineapple Wookie crossed with Afghan. Uh-oh. Jess getting the party started. Take one for me, please. I'm trying to be good. I got to drive back to the spot, so I'm smoking cigarettes on this live, guys. Glitter bomb, smoking candy mob, and GMO jungle cake. Man, you guys always got these delicious sounding strains. Josh Combs in the house. What's going on, man? Citrus Kush. I grow Crystal Punch. It's fire. Oh, it sounds good. Ash Grove, some blueberry cake. That sounds good too. I like anything blueberry. Rumble's been having issues all day. Okay. Yep, add some cinnamon. That's what I did. Yep, I added some cinnamon to it. Delicious. Smells delicious. You smell great when you go outside. Got Ted Hanser in the house. What's going on, man? Guys, if you're just coming, somebody's live must have just ended. We're getting a lot of people popping in now. So if you're just coming in, Grow Fam for life, the hashtag up. We got about 1 more minute. I'm just going to spin it even though we don't get to the end of the comments. You got to sit on the citron of the plant. Blue Dream, said Rose. Okay. Might run some wedding cakes. Moon rocks. Somebody smoking moon rocks. Al, okay. Get it, Al. I didn't bring any with me. Hoping it comes back. Had beautiful purple flowers, and I'm hoping it seeded itself for next year. Awesome. Let me know. Keep me posted if it does, for sure. If it does, I'll buy like 10 of those things and just make a perimeter wall around my back porch with it. All right, guys, that's the end of the comments. Call it up for now. Oh, gelato. That sounds tasty. Oh, maybe we do have moon rocks back at the spot. Cliff said Pippin has her moon rocks. That's Jill's husband there, Clifford. So she has moon rocks with her. Looks like I would smoke a moon rock tonight. Hell yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to go big screen on this giveaway. It's 10 after 8. We've been here for an hour and 35 minutes. We're looking at 137 total views. I'm seeing 79 reactions. People are saying they see more elsewhere, but that's what I see. So let's go. Here we go. Getting ready to give away this Grow Fam box, guys, from Grow Fam Homestead. Box full of wonderful, wonderful goodies from all across the Grow Fam community. If you haven't won one, and you do, you're in for a wonderful surprise. If you know what's in it, you already know what to expect. Here we go, guys. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. Even number, 80 people in on that one. Who's it going to be? Kim Marston, are you still here? Hopefully you didn't leave. I haven't seen you in a minute. I don't think. I could be wrong. I'm going to click on every comment I see, though. Oh, Rochi. I just need good sleep. Edibles help me sleep. Said Jess. Release the box. We have released it. We're waiting on Kim to see if she's here. Oh, she is here. There she is. Congratulations, Kim. You are in for one heck of a treat with that box when it makes its way to you. I see you. I got you there. Comments are just a little delayed sometimes. They just, for whatever reason, they're a pain in the butt sometimes. But yeah, for sure. Congratulations, Kim. Do me a favor. You can either reach out to me. I am Christopher Fisher on Facebook, or Purple Hairs Gardens over on my page. If you're following along over at Purple Hairs Gardens, the group, you can get into that chat, Purple Hairs Direct, and shoot me a message there. We'll give you all the options right now. If you're friends with Sir Steve-O, that's your most direct bet. Send a message to Sir Steve-O. Get in touch with him. If not, we'll be in touch, me and Sir Steve-O, and we'll get you guys connected to get you lined up for your link to be able to claim that prize. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe there is the winner just covers shipping on that prize, if I'm correct there. Josh, I was just talking about this a little earlier. I guess there's another event going on up here in Michigan. Mama Rochi was talking about. And I'm trying to get back home so that I can get back up here to see my buddy and then come back to Dayton so I can be at that event with y'all on Sunday. I thought the farmers market thing was Friday, but I guess it's on a Sunday, which is fine. It gives me an extra day or two to get my shit together to be able to make it and enjoy the day this time. But I haven't spoke to anybody about being a vendor, so if I do show up, bro, I'm just gonna have to pop up a chair, maybe a canopy next to you, or just sit at y'all's table with you. I'm trying to do both. Shit, that might be a busy weekend. Yeah. So yeah, it's $5. $5 for the shipping on that Grow Fam box, but it's definitely what you're getting in that box is well over $5 worth of value. Trust me. Thanks, Buckeye. I appreciate you, man. You're always coming in. I don't think you missed a live yet since we met, or became acquainted. Appreciate you always coming in, man, coming through and hanging out for the whole live. Rose, thank you so much for coming in like you always do. Hope you have a good night. Big Cloud Friday or Saturday, an event down here Sunday. That's true. That's true. I guess if I had to come up and see dude up here this weekend anyway, I could hit what's going on up here. We'll have to talk, man. We'll have to DM and maybe we can get together on this weekend and get something happening together. Oh yeah, absolutely. The Grow Fan box is absolutely worth it. They could charge $20 for shipping on that thing, and it's still worth it. Nah, no problem. Like I said, Brad, when I get back, I will get you together and get you shipped out. I wanted to get you together Monday so I could ship it, or Sunday so I could drop it Monday on my way out of town, but I ended up being so busy working on this car, and then it was just last minute. I was like, heck with it. I'm going. I'm jumping in. I'm going to get gas. I'm just leaving. So, oh, man. He who is travels. Are you with me on that? Plant love. Okay, guys. It's 8:15 my time, Eastern time. Let's get this out of the way. Congratulations, Kim. That is a hell of a win. Guys, I'm going to get out. I got to go get food. I need to smoke some weed. Just keeping it real. So I need to get back to the spot. I'm going to go ahead and relax for the night. We got some big work ahead of us tomorrow, squaring in the string and the running the lines for the square for the greenhouse. And then if I got time, I'm going to stick around the rest of the day, maybe tomorrow, and punch some ground rods in, the ground post in, and then start setting hoops. So tune in next week. We might have a bigger update for you about what's going on up here, and we'll definitely have an update from the Ohio plot. Those girls down there are doing amazing. So you definitely want to tune in next week for those. Until next time, guys, as always, if you need anything, feel free to reach out. Chris Fisher, Purple Hairs Gardens, the page, the group, through the direct chat. Anything you need, any questions, reach out. That's pretty much it. Hope you guys have a great week. Be safe. As always, talk about Tuesday. Next week, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, only on the Grow Fam. Love you guys.